We do this thing. Ashley does most of the 99% of the research and the reading. And
I just think I do 100%. I don't know why Jason keeps saying 99%.
I do a little bit.
I win.
I be like, look at the book. I be like, you know what I'm saying? Look, difficult conversation. Don't that count for 1%?
Hey, what's up, y'all? Sid the Entertainer. I'm asking y'all to check out the Loveology podcast. This is...
Hello, and welcome to the Loveology podcast, where we talk about love and life with laughter. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jason.
He's the carefree one.
She's the serious one. And we're married. We have been since 2012, and we like to think of ourselves as a couple of loveologists.
Not because we are the experts, but because we just love love.
We enjoy studying and talking about it, so we thought, let's just start a podcast.
A place where we can share what we have learned about love, relationships, and marriage.
You can share what you've learned, and we can all grow together.
So here we are. Are you ready?
Let's get started. What's up, world? It's a episode, a new one, Loveology podcast. What's up, love?
What's up?
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
I'm good. A little tired, to be honest.
A little
but
tired.
I'm good.
It's okay. It's all right. We are here, y'all, live in effect. We are here. I don't know if I want this mic stand. I might do. I'm trying to do a little something different. We're in a different location.
Can y'all guess?
Can y'all guess where we at?
Are we spilling the beans today?
Are we spilling the beans today? Why not? Let me ask y'all, for my people that are watching us on YouTube, y'all see the view. Where are we? If you can't guess it, we are in
Hawaii.
What's up?
Aloha.
Hawaii. Aloha. What's it? Mahalo.
Mahalo. Yes.
Mahalo, my people. How y'all doing, man? We out here yet again. Oh man, this feel great. Right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You know, it's a little different from the set high 70s and low 80s. It's a little different out here because it has a little bit more humidity.
Okay.
You've been drinking a little bit more water since you've been out here.
I have. I'm so thirsty.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I don't know. It sucks it up out you.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So we out here enjoying the stuff, man. I'll be putting some stuff up. I told you, Loveology travel. Make sure y'all get ready, subscribe, bye y'all. Because we're gonna be dropping some stuff here on Loveology Travel. So we want y'all to check it out, man.
Yeah, that's right.
It's
I mean,
awesome.
we're gonna be showing you all like some of the best places to go in Oahu.
Yes. Oahu, yes. We're on the island of Oahu, which holds the city Honolulu. And it is the most populated island. It's not the biggest island, but it's the most populated island out of all of the Hawaiian islands. So we're going to talk more about that on Loveology Travel. So definitely go check that out. So baby girl, just kind of want to give a little recap of last week as far as, well, not last week, but a recap of some of the stats of this particular week. And you know, the United States is going to be number one as far as listening, as far as countries, obviously. But we want to give a shout out to our number 3, which is the United Kingdom. Shout out to United Kingdom. Appreciate y'all, UK. Shout out to our number 2, which is India. Mm-hmm. They've been holding it down as well. Shout out to India. Thank you for listening.
That's right.
And also prayers for India. You're still going through the COVID crisis. And I know Brazil is going through some COVID crisis as well, as well. So shout out to India. You know, put your prayers up to them. But our number 1 most listened country other than the United States is Nigeria.
What up, Nigeria?
Shout out to Nigeria, man. We actually made it to the top charts this week on Nigeria, so that definitely makes sense. So thank you, Nigeria, for listening. And also another country we made it to the top charts was Australia.
Hey, Australia.
So shout out to Australia. Appreciate you. We do a lot of rounds of applause, so
yeah,
appreciate y'all.
I just saw a picture of the Pink Lake.
Yep.
In Australia.
You know that Pink Lake is made from what? Why is it pink?
I have no idea, but I want to see it. It's on my bucket list.
Yeah, that Pink Lake is made from special bacteria that's in that lake. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't, but it's awesome. That's all I know.
Yeah. So, but then quickly, I want to give a shout out to our top states because United States is awesome. So tied for number 3 will be Louisiana. So shout out to Louisiana down in the boot. Shout out
what
to
up, baby?
What up, baby? Jay, what up, baby?
Yeah.
Okay, I hear you. Then tied for number 2 would be California and Arkansas.
Oh.
So what's up?
Hey,
Arkansas.
Y'all heard us last week,
Man,
huh?
appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all, Arkansas and Cali. So basically, our 2 homes. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
right. I was, we said last week and said, "What's up, Arkansas?
What's up? Where y'all at?
Yeah, and
You
so
know what I'm
y'all
saying?
heard us and y'all started listening.
That's
okay.
what's up. So appreciate y'all. But number 1 came in out of nowhere is North Carolina, man. Take your shirt off and wave around like a helicopter. You hear me?
North Carolina, that's all.
Yeah. Little Petey Pablo. I got some people out there in North Carolina, man, out there in a couple of spots, man. I'll be out there in Fort Bragg, you know what I'm saying, out there in Fayetteville, North Carolina. And it's a lot of other spots, man. So shout out to North Carolina, man. I know a couple people out there, so appreciate y'all for listening. So we're gonna jump right in here. Anything else, love? I know you say you tired all this traveling.
About the yarn.
The kids was they was something else on that plane.
Yeah, we'll have to tell y'all the story. We're gonna make that a whole episode of what not to do. How about that?
I did something that I wasn't supposed to do. But stay tuned.
Yes, but you did a lot of great stuff. So the whole reason why we're here, Jason, is awesome.
Thank you. Thank you, love. Thank you.
So yes, today we are continuing the conversation about difficult conversations. Last week we talked about once you decide to bring up a conversation, how do you start the conversation? Okay,
Yes.
so that's a really good conversation. If this is your first time joining us and you have no idea what we are talking about, we have been doing a series about difficult conversations, this book right here. And go back to episode 91. That's when we started. So yes, if it's your first time joining, you may want to check that out so you can have more context and more understanding of what we're talking about, because we're just going to jump right in.
Sure.
Okay?
And all my YouTube viewers, go ahead and go check out the playlist for difficult conversation. Conversation.
So Jason, this is one of your favorite things to say.
Okay.
What is like the most important part of a conversation, period?
The most important part of a conversation is listening.
Yes. I know Jason. He says it all the time. That's right. So we're talking about the importance of listening, especially during a difficult conversation.
Yes.
It's very important. It's always important, but it's extremely important when you're having a hard conversation.
Yes. And for all my listeners, first-time listeners or viewers or people that just didn't know how we do this thing, Ashley does most of 99% of the research and the reading. And
I just think I do 100%. I don't know why Jason keeps saying 99%.
I do a little bit.
When?
I be like, look at the book. I be like, you know what I'm saying? Look, difficult conversation. Don't that count for 1%? Don't it? I think it does.
Okay.
So, she does majority of the reading. And I just come with myself. So I pretty much represent you, the listener, you, the viewer. I'm asking these questions as we go along, and I'm answering questions as possibly you would listening right in and there. So it's a more just a more simpler flow, more what do you call it? More like natural. Some more natural flow in our podcast. And I think that's one thing that definitely sets us apart.
Awesome.
It's not staged and all that.
No, it's not.
Even though Ashley tried to stage it earlier.
That's not true. I wasn't trying to stage it earlier.
Well, I'm calling it staged. It wasn't, but it's like, she already, we're going through practice round and she tells a joke in practice round, and I'm supposed to laugh at it again while we're recording.
That's not. What are you talking about, Jason?
Can't laugh at a joke twice.
No. When we first started the podcast, I would try to write down the points that I was going to talk about. Mm-hmm. So you ain't
never told a joke before, like before we recorded, and then tried to say it again.
Not that I'm aware of. Jason, okay. What are you talking?
Maybe I'm tripping.
No, I don't know. I think you are.
I think all my
I definitely, tried to like write, like I said, the points that we were gonna hit, and then I realized that just wasn't gonna work. So
you realize what I just told you, like I can't do this, but
I realized it.
Okay, whatever.
I think Jason is confused on what I was trying to accomplish. She called the stage, and I was like, "No, just preparing." Like, you think these people that's on TV, on talk shows, they don't run through what they're going to talk about and hit the points.
I don't know what they do.
Well, they do. I'm letting you know.
So I'm not in the industry.
They have points, and they actually think about what they're going to say.
So
Jason just wing it. So this is
I'm an awesome wingman. Shout out to the Air Force.
Yeah. Whatever. So yes, they have points. They read it beforehand. They think about what they're going to say, but we don't do that. I read books now. That's what I was attempting to do in the beginning, right? But that wasn't working. So now I just like read, and it works that Jason doesn't know anything. And like you said, you are kind of like the viewer in this situation.
Correct.
Right.
Yes.
So, you're receiving it just at the same time that the viewers are receiving
time.
And
let's get it.
All right. So yes, back to listening. Yes, it is very important. Here's a quote from the book. Listening well is one of the most powerful skills you can bring to a difficult conversation. It helps you understand the other person, and importantly, it helps you understand yourself. Think that's true?
Yeah, sounds true. Sounds good.
So, do you think you're a good listener, Jason?
You know what? I think I'm getting better at listening. I think that my personality type is like all over the place, like squirrel. I'm like, I'm working on my focus. So I think I'm above average. Yeah.
I don't know. As your partner, I don't know if I would say you're above average.
Hey man, don't you supposed to speak the future as it's the present?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me
so what about me? Am I a good listener?
I believe you're an excellent listener.
Okay.
When you're listening.
What? So when we have difficult conversations, do you feel like I'm listening?
Nah. You're a great listener. Yeah.
But you've said a few times in our conversations, you're not listening to me.
Yeah. You're a great listener, and that's possibly because I'm not listening.
That's exactly right. That is exactly right.
That was your little punchline you had cooked up.
I was just waiting on you to say that. Here's another quote. One of the most common complaints we hear from people engaged in difficult conversations is that the other person won't listen. You know why that is? Because in the great majority of cases, the reason the other person is not listening to you is not because they are stubborn, but because they don't feel heard. In other words, they aren't listening to you for the same reason you aren't listening to them. They think you are slow or stubborn. So they repeat themselves, find new ways to say things, talk more loudly, and so forth. If the block to their listening is that they don't feel heard, then the way to remove that block is by helping them feel heard, by bending over backwards to listen to what they have to say, and perhaps most important, by demonstrating that you understand what they are saying and how they are feeling. This is just really, it sounds simple, but it's actually really hard.
Why do you say that?
Because when you're having a difficult conversation, you just want to get what you got to say out so bad. And I think that's Jason's problem.
That's why you got to come to, you know what I'm saying? If you going to, you're taking a difficult test. You going to a difficult battle, right? You know what I'm saying? You got to come with a strategy. You got to come with a game plan.
Yes.
Right? So if it's a difficult conversation, you shouldn't wing it, right? You should map it out. Maybe you should go through those things in your head, like she was saying earlier, before.
Yeah.
And kind of anticipate, your partner, kind of anticipate what your partner is going to do when you hit these high points, these key points that you notice it may ruffle a feather or two. You know what I'm saying? So once you get, also all you gotta do when a person is doing that, just listen to them, kind of nod or whatever, keep the eye contact. You know what I'm saying? Don't look, because you're looking away, oh, they ain't listening. No, keep the eye contact and just repeat what they say. And say, and just say how they, like you said, say how they feel.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
So Jason just jumped ahead again.
What?
No, though. So this is the tips that you just gave is definitely the tips that we're going to give, and we actually kind of talked about this in another episode. So I guess these tips are kind of floating around, I guess now.
Man, I'm just 100. You hear me?
Well, we talked about this in another episode.
Look at this.
The episode was called "The Communication Method That Could Help Your Relationship" or something long. Now that I'm thinking about it. Really
check it out.
Bow. So yes, we in another book, this method of when you're talking to someone, repeat what they say, right? So they can have an opportunity to either correct you if you're wrong, and they will also know that you understand them. They're very
I don't get a chance to hug my wifey while we doing the podcast. We get a little close.
Yeah, normally we don't sit this close to each other.
See, I'm not listening.
Yeah, he ain't heard a word I said. But no, so listening, even if you think you're a good listener, you probably got some room for improvement, because we all do. But yeah, it's just very important for you to come to the conversation, like Jason said, prepared to listen and to be curious and to really understand what your partner is going through. But like I said, most of the time we're so stuck in what we're feeling that we're not even concerning ourselves with how they feel. I want to tell you how I feel, and I don't want to hear what you got to say. I want to tell you how you messed up and how,
right.
I don't, I'm mad. So I want to get my feelings out. But what about your partner?
Right.
Okay. So yeah, that's listening, like we said, that's important for any conversation. So the book goes on talking about, be curious, come wanting to understand, and then to also, we're going to give you some tips on how to be a better listener, but understand that if you're not being authentic, if you're not being genuine, then all of this, these little tips that we're giving you, that doesn't matter, basically. Right. People will be able to see straight through that, right? And they will be able to feel that you are not being authentic. So the book warns against that. Make sure that you are actually curious, and and that you care. And if you don't care, then you probably got some other issues like that you and your partner need to work out then. Because if you don't care how they feel or what they're thinking, then either you are just, what is it called? A narcissist or something, when you don't care about other people's feelings at all. Or, maybe this relationship needs to be reevaluated if you just don't care. I don't know. What do you think?
No, that sounds about right.
Yeah. So, like I said, they warned against that. Make sure that you are genuine when you go to do this. So the 3 skills that we need to have, Jason already said it. Okay. First,
hand moving this list.
First, well,
about to be good.
Whatever. Inquiry. You asking. You're being curious. The next thing is paraphrasing, and the third thing is acknowledgement. So exactly what Jason said. So these are the 3 things that you need to do in order to really, show your partner that you're listening, right? Okay. So inquire to learn. Back to what we were saying. Be curious. Really try to understand what your partner is saying. And the only way to do that is to really focus and to listen. Right?
Right.
This was, they gave a couple of things that people do wrong. And one was, don't make statements disguised as questions.
Give me an example.
Are you going to leave the refrigerator door open like that?
Oh, wow. So it's kind of like a little jab.
That's how it feels.
Yeah.
So instead, maybe you can say, please close the refrigerator door.
Mm-mm.
You don't like that?
Mm-mm.
Why not?
Could you close the refrigerator door?
What's wrong with saying, please close the refrigerator door?
Well, it just depends on, like, that can be kind of shaky because if a person says it with the wrong tone, then it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it can be received wrong. Like,
So you like,
please close the refrigerator door.
What about, I feel frustrated when you leave the refrigerator door open?
Man, get you out of there. Take you out of there.
But we just had an episode about how you use like my feelings, you expressing your feelings.
Oh, this is at the heat of the battle? Or this is, so yeah, you can use that when you having a difficult conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When it's, okay, sitting down like, hey, I feel frustrated when you leave the door open.
Mm-hmm.
But while they're fixing a sandwich and the refrigerator door is still open, saying I feel frustrated, why, you know what I'm saying? Like at the moment, I don't think it's cool. Just at the moment, just ask like, could you close the refrigerator door if you don't mind? You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I feel you.
Okay.
What about this? Is it impossible for you to focus on me just once?
That ain't good. That's one of them disguised as a question.
Yes, it's another example. You can say, I feel ignored, or I like you to pay more attention to me. That's still the I'd like you to pay more attention to me. I can hear the other person saying, I do give you attention.
Right.
So what's up? Like, so
just, I think, you can just say, hey, obviously I really love you, and we, for whatever, we just really haven't had that much time together. Let's figure out a way that we can, get some more us time in. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, and I think in those sort of situations, it's very important to be specific, like really specific.
Yeah.
And to say, like offer some solutions. If you feel like we need more time together, then like tell me exactly what you want. If I feel like we've been spending time together and you're telling me that you want more, well, give me like specifically.
Exactly.
How much more, and then I would also need to bring to your attention how much time we have been spending together.
Right.
Because maybe you just, didn't see it. I don't know,
Right.
So anyway, so I thought that was a really good one. I think that people do that one a lot.
Yeah.
I think Jason has done it a time or two. I'm sure I have to.
Yeah.
There are some other ones in here, but I'm just going to skip them.
Because y'all can read the book too.
Like I said,
we just bringing it to y'all.
I always encourage read the book. Okay. It's awesome. I'm sure you will take something else from it that I did not. Okay.
Yes.
So the next thing is paraphrasing for clarity. So like I said before, the two things that this really helps with is to show your partner that you have heard them. Mm-hmm. And then the other thing is to check your understanding. Well, I guess that would be first. It doesn't matter. But to check your understanding because you may have it wrong. Yes. So if you really love your partner, you want to get to the bottom of whatever is happening, you want to say, well, let me make sure I got this right. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's like because you want to know that you understand what they're saying. So repeating it, you can check your understanding, and then you can also show them that you have heard them. Right. And as I said before, this gives them an opportunity to correct you if you don't have it right.
Yep.
So we learned this. So going back to when they said when your partner is not listening, the person repeats theirself. So Jason thinks, I don't think you think this anymore, but he would think that like he would repeat himself over and over again. And I'm like, Jason, I understand. You know what I mean? But Jason doesn't think that I understand if I don't agree with him. And he's like, clearly you're supposed to agree with me. And if you don't agree with me, it's because you don't understand, because there's like no way that you would not be in agreement with me. I'm like, no, I understand what you're saying. I just do not agree with you. So when we learned in the podcast earlier about repeating, what the other person said, we were we did the podcast, and then like a couple of days later, we found ourselves in a discussion, and Jason was doing it again. We were like falling back into the same thing of like, well, so blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I understand. And then he would repeat himself and he's like, I understand. And then finally Jason was like, okay, tell me what you understand, right? Like, tell me what I just said then. As I had, even though we had learned this in the podcast, we weren't practicing it.
Right.
So that's important. I really learned the difference between that. I mean, really learn that word is crucial. Practicing, right? You can learn something and you can even apply it once or twice or something, but you have to practice it. That's
gotta be in the gym shooting.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta work. You gotta practice them free throws. Just because you hit it a couple of times don't mean you got it down.
Exactly. So, so we learned it. We told y'all about it. You know what I mean, and everything. And luckily, I don't think you were conscious that we had just learned that. Yeah. I don't think you thought about it like, man, we just learned this. Let me try this. Right. It was in you somewhere. And it just in your subconscious, and it came out for him to say, well, actually, why don't you just tell me what you think I understand?
Because I ain't never said that.
No, he had never done that in our whole relationship. And then he did that. Right. And so when he said that, I immediately thought of what we had learned, but we weren't practicing. And I could see that we was in the same, rotation of me saying I understand and him repeating himself. And so when I repeated back to him what he said, he was like, oh dang. Yeah. Well, she do understand. She just still don't agree. Which we've also learned is totally okay. Right. And from that book too, is like you can listen and acknowledge that you can understand what your partner is saying, but it doesn't mean that you have to agree with them to understand what they're saying. Right. So, yeah, but I was just like, wow, that's amazing, because that really put a stop to that. And then Jason was able to step back and actually listen to what I was saying, because he was so this is so true. You were so bent on thinking that I wasn't hearing you, right? That you weren't listening to me, and I keep telling you that I understand. So anyway, what do you think about that?
No, I think that it's important to for everybody's listening, watching, even if you not really paying attention, listening to these podcasts, just listen to them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to get into your subconscious, and once it's in there, your brain can start to work on you on its own. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You ever thought about when you lost something and you couldn't find it, or you lost a word, it's right there on the tip of your tongue and it's gone. But if you just it'll come back. And what it do? It comes back. Mm-hmm. So that's your subconscious working in the background. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So just get this in you. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to understand it fully. You know what I'm saying? Just get it in you. And your subconscious will do the rest. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my wifey for doing the thing. And I don't know why I ain't say this from the jump, but happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
To all my mothers out there and my wonderful wife, because she does a lot for the family. And I said on Facebook, my wife has upgraded the family so much, it's going to be felt for generations to come. So we definitely appreciate all the wisdom and the excellence.
Why are you grabbing my neck?
Because you know what I'm saying. Just want to give a little baby massage at the same time. But yeah, we definitely appreciate that love. So shout out to all my mothers out there. But yeah, just get it in you, and this will work. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So good stuff, man. Really appreciate it.
Oh, I appreciate you too, honey. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So the last thing is to acknowledge their feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Which Jason hinted at. What you did say, you didn't hint at it. You said it.
Yeah.
So the issue that comes in here is that a lot of times we jump to solving the problem. So I come to you or you come to me, and we tell each other the problem, and we're like, okay, well, like the example that they gave in the book, a husband talks to his wife and says, you've been really working a lot, and you basically been working a lot, basically, and he's not happy with that. And so she just say, okay, well, I'll try to make sure that I come home at 5 o'clock and, make sure, right? She just went straight to it. And he was still upset because it's like, well, you didn't acknowledge like that it's been a hard time for me for the past few months, right? You just like, it almost feels like you're just missing my feelings. But she wasn't, right? She just solving the problem. So you have to be careful. It is important. The order is important. Go ahead and acknowledge how they're feeling. Talk about the feelings first. And then even though you know that, okay, you can see it, that, okay, I need to do better or whatever. Just acknowledge what they've been going through. Let them get it out and then solve the problem. Just
basically, man, the thing about these relationships, in any relationship, I think the one thing that I'm doing better at is I need to. You don't need to focus on me so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, try to think about the other person when you do things and when you have a conversation. Just because like you said, she's solving a problem. She went, that's how I do. I'm a problem solver, but I'm not thinking about like you said, what they going through. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about it, but I'm not letting you know that I'm thinking about it. I'm keeping it to myself.
Right.
They don't know that. They ain't here. They not in my feelings. I can't assume that they know. Just even if you think they know and they say some things or they do some things where it seems like they know, go ahead and double down and let them know that you know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's key.
Yep. That's basically what it's saying for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely important, and I don't think I would have thought about that. I'm sure I've done that. Before. What do you think, Jason?
Done what?
Like not really acknowledge the feelings.
We always do that. A lot of people do it. I think everybody does it. You know what I'm saying? It's the point is doing it less. You know what I'm saying? Less is best. So, it's just kind of like in the stock market, everybody loses in the stock market. Nobody's winning 100% of the time. The thing about the market is managing those losses better. You know what I'm saying? A 70% win ratio is a great ratio. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, everybody does it, but you just want to minimize it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So final thought, which I thought was really at the end of this chapter, it was really cool to end it this way. Empathy is a journey, not a destination. The deepest form of understanding another person is empathy. Empathy involves a shift from my observing how you seem on the outside to my imagining what it feels like to be you on the inside.
Yes.
Wrapped in your skin with your set of experiences and background and looking out at the world through your eyes. And this is the important part. You will never arrive. You will never be able to say, I truly understand you, because I'm not you. So I can't, really, really understand. But just the point that you are trying to understand is very important. It ends with saying, and struggling to understand communicates the most positive message of all. Most people don't. We understand that you would never fully know, but at least trying and trying to put yourself in my shoes is very important. And trying to see it from my perspective. Yes, I definitely need that in my life.
Good stuff.
Well, you give it to me, but understand on a continual basis.
Right.
definitely got to have it.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
What about you?
I need it. You know what I mean? So I was gonna think of something else, but I can't. I think you hit it. You hit the nail on the head. So good stuff, babe. We in Hawaii, man. We holding it down, and we want to keep the party going. So we podcasting, man. We doing this out of love, y'all. This is not, we don't have big time subscribers yet, but we appreciate every 200. I believe we had 61 subscribers. So if you know somebody that you think it can benefit from this community, man, come join us. You know what I'm saying? Hit the subscribe button. All our listeners out there, even if you want to continue to listen on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen at, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, wherever you're listening, Spotify, go ahead and go to YouTube real quick and hit that subscribe button so we can get that notch. You hear me? Because it definitely helps us out, and it adds to the community. So we definitely appreciate it. And if you want to become a Patreon, don't forget to do that either. Loveology Podcast at loveologypodcast.com. It's a little button right there that says become a Patreon, and it helps us out financially, starting off with $2 a month. So we definitely appreciate it. We're doing it out of love, y'all. We're doing it out of love.
That's right.
And so we love this. We love love. We're loveologists. And you're a loveologist too. And speaking of a loveologist, I'm wearing the premium Loveologist tee. And shout out to Miss Tanya. She was one of rocking our Loveology tee. She had it on this week. Mm-hmm. And shout out to Candy as well. So shout out to them too for rocking our Loveology tee and posting it on social media. So if you got that Loveology tee, make sure you go to loveologypodcast.com and hit that Loveology collection. Get your Loveology tee.
That's right.
Post it on social media. Show the word that you love it.
And there's other things too besides just a t-shirt. You got the Razorback shirts and
shirts, workout shirts.
Yeah.
One of my partners got the Loveology podcast bib for his new baby girl that's coming into this world this week. So shout out to him as well. Appreciate your day, Rope Chip. And man, yeah, we just got a lot going on, y'all. But we here for y'all. We here for I'm here for my love, my boo. And we finna get out here and enjoy Hawaii for a little bit. But we're coming back next week for another one. Again, Loveology Travel is coming soon. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's there available. The first video will probably drop here within the next 2 to 3 weeks.
That's right.
All right. So that's about it, love. You good?
That's it.
That's it. That's all. So we're gonna catch y'all next time. Aloha.
Aloha.
Peace out.
Bye.